My name is Jennifer Powell. I have been a dispatcher for just over 17 years with Kendall County KenCom for about 16 February 9th.
Jennifer was dispatching police when one of Kendall County's member agencies on the opposite police channel responded to a call for a burglary.
4 hours into our shifts, and the call had come in from like one of our newer dispatchers that was call taking, who did like an awesome job with that call. So we usually put out calls on the other channel, just like let them know what's going on, since the agencies do work really well together, and county was close to there. It was just a burglary, so I just put out a general because they were just going through shift change saying there's this burglary going on. It was nothing major, but the call quickly, proceeded and got larger and larger. So I just started updating them saying, hey, this call that came in is, hey, somebody had broken into my house. Was now no longer just the simple somebody broken in my house. It was somebody's in my house.
The situation quickly evolved into a home invasion. This prompted Jen to act quickly by alerting the responders on her channel.
What's the location emergency?
Yes, pretty sure I just got robbed today. Some of my guns are missing and everything.
Okay. And what is your address?
It's Pratt Court, Plano, Illinois.
Okay. And do you have like signs of forced entry in your home?
Yeah, I just noticed it right now.
All right. How many of them are missing?
That I don't know yet because I didn't take inventory, but I know a shotgun is missing.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and have our
Hey! Hurry!
Hello? Hello?
Well, in the room, like we're trained to like listen to the room for cues from like what your call taker says, because sometimes you'll hear them before the notes even like make it into the CAD ticket. So as soon as I heard her say something in the room about, wait, you said somebody's there, and she heard what she thought was a gunshot, I knew right then and there that there's more. So I updated my county officers, hey, our call taker's hearing something. She heard what she thought was a gunshot, and then there was no sound on the phone. And then my other dispatcher that was working that day got a call for shots fired by the neighbor. So then I let them know, hey, this dispatcher heard this. My other dispatcher heard a shots fired. We believe there's a lot more to this call, and a ton of my county agencies started heading that way to go back up Plano.
Jennifer kept her units informed as events unfolded. This was a fast-moving situation for the dispatchers.
So then we hear Plano say that they have a vehicle in the driveway that's coming after them, and they give the description, and they say the vehicle's not stopping.
The change from a home invasion to shots fired resulted in the deputies taking the lead on a pursuit, as the offender was presumed to be armed and dangerous.
The 601 garage door just opened. Vehicle started in the garage. Hey, please stop! 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 Got a 28 Edward Bravo, Edward Boy 20606, 20606. Stop!
Then I let my county units know, hey, there's this vehicle here that's not stopping, and that almost ran my Plano officer over. So now my counties know they got a plate, they're looking at this vehicle that now has almost ran over an officer. So why is this vehicle trying to run over an officer?
Kendall County deputies ultimately ended up taking the lead on the pursuit as the offender led police on a chase that spanned approximately 15 miles across Kendall County and into Aurora during evening rush hour.
Then Plano goes into the house and they see a man that's got a GSW. So now we know that this is even more. So now my county officer was able to find this vehicle and started pursuing this vehicle, which the entire room worked so amazing together. And the officer I actually knew because he used to be a dispatcher with us. So he did so amazing, like calling out his directions, giving me his like direction of speed, giving me like what the road conditions were that day. Like I could not have asked for like a better like officer to give me directions. And then the city started working out together, like just trying to like stop him, like giving me their directions. So I could honestly say I probably had like the best team a person could ask for to help them through this, between the dispatchers in the room to the officers on the street. Like I could not have had more help and a better team coming together.
The call seemed to go on forever. Jennifer couldn't fathom how much time had passed at this point.
I can't give the exact minutes. I know it went through all of our towns. It went through, Plano, Yorkville, Oswego. Then it went into Aurora. Like I know they kept trying to stop him and he didn't stop. So seconds feel like minutes and minutes feel like hours when you're in this, and then I couldn't tell you, I'd have to look at the time, which honestly, I didn't even want to go back and hear it after. Everybody's like, did you hear this? I'm like, no, I lived it. I don't want to hear it again. So it felt like a very long time.
Deputies are in pursuit of the suspect. This is a Friday evening during rush hour, and they are in a high traffic area.
It ended up in Aurora at 34 Neola, which is like a very tight area. It's like very congested, and it was, high traffic time. And it's like just past the mall. It's like coming toward the mall area, so there's probably like a lot of traffic out there at that time. So I know that they were trying to do they were calling it like stops, like they're trying to stop him at intersections and all that. And then all of a sudden, I don't know exactly how, because it all happened so fast. I heard him say like, subject stop. And the next thing that I know, I just hear my officer screaming at me, shots fired. And in this moment, I don't, my brain doesn't quite catch up. I just hear shots fired. So I just get up and I repeat back, shots fired. And then my next thing is I can't dispatch an ambulance if my officers are shot. So my very first thought is, I need to do roll call. I need to make sure that every single one of my guys is accounted for. So I start doing roll call, because I know in that moment, if one of my guys is hurt, I have to get a hold of another agency to get an ambulance going for them, because I don't have the capability to just send one of my own because they're not in my town.
Please, Lonnie, shots fired! Shots fired! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move!
Radio transmission has all but stopped. Does Jennifer know how the call ends? How does a dispatcher process after a call like this?
Luckily, yes, because it was such a huge media thing and the media was there. And what I don't think people always realize is, while this call is going on, there's still other emergencies going on in our county that we still have to answer calls to, and we still have to help dispatch, which is why I say that no dispatcher does this alone. It's an entire team. I know that I got this award, but really my entire group and team helped me. I could not have done a single thing without everybody in the room coming together to help me in that exact moment. From the call takers to my partner dispatchers to the road. I had dispatchers helping call Aurora to let them know we were coming into their town. I had another dispatcher calling King County to let them know we were coming into their town to get me help. So even though I got this award, it's definitely not something that I did alone. So I don't know if the public realizes that nobody does this job alone, that you are an entire team and you are only as strong as your weakest link. So you all really need to be a strong team and work together. You have to know that you don't do this job for awards or for thank you from the public. You have to come to this job and be I want to help people and I want to serve, because a lot of people you might never ever get a thank you for, and they might not be happy with you, but you have to know at the end of the day, you're not doing it for the thank yous, you're doing it because you want to make a difference in somebody's life. And you have to be how would I want somebody to treat my family or my loved one if they were in crisis? I think part of what drew me to this is when my best friend was killed in front of me, at 14, and I had a horrible dispatcher on the phone that was horrendous, and I always knew I don't want to be that person. I knew what it felt like to have a horrible one on the other end of the line, and I don't ever want a person to feel that way when they're watching their loved one die in front of them. That's not what you want. You want to go into this if you want to help somebody and know that you could be the last person that person ever talks to before they pass away. So do you want them to have a horrible memory when they pass away, or do you want to help them make that as smooth as it can possibly be?